Welcome to The Call. Today's featured actress is Emily Buckner, and she was cast in Dray Hill's The Rapture Chronicles. And we're here to talk about her humble beginnings, the dreams she gave up, and how God gave her an opportunity that changed everything. Emily, welcome to The Call.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate you speaking with me and being able to engage like this.
Wonderful. Well, Emily, you gave your life to Jesus as a young child. You did some acting in school, but when you went to Bible college, your life took another direction. Let's fast forward to the woman who was in your Bible study that texted the group to see if anybody would like to go with her to a movie set. You were on it like a fly, and God reopened a door you thought was closed. What happened?
Yes, it still boggles my mind today. My friend who is a little bit more quiet, a little more reserved, I'm very outgoing, and she texted my ladies' Bible study and said, "Hey, I'm going to a movie set. Who wants to go with me?" And I was actually making plans for something else. And usually, there was a big name coming to Detroit that weekend, and I was making plans with friends to go meet this, meet and greet whole thing with, your favorite people that you admire. And usually I don't let anything stand in my way with those plans. And I was literally texting all these plans to that group of friends. And then this comes through my phone, and I said, "What is this?" I literally stopped in my tracks, and that's not like me. I'm very focused on this other thing. So I stopped what I was doing and I said, "You need to tell me more." And I said, "I don't understand what you're talking about." And she said, "Oh, I have a friend from church and she has a movie and I'm going to go." And I was like, "You're going to go?" I was very surprised. So really, I said, "Well, I want to go. Tell me what I have to do." Really, jumped in the car and I met her there, and I was like, "I have no idea where I'm going." It was in a totally different city. And I sucked it all in. And I said, "This is a totally different side of acting that I never have gotten to see." As I did, smaller stage plays growing up, I said, "I want to see what happens." And I had like the bug bite me almost, but really it was God giving me a gift, saying, "I think you're ready." God saying, "You can do this, if you glorify me." And so that was my prayer. When I left that first day, sitting in the corner as an extra on a set, my prayer was, "God, thank you for this gift that you've given me, something that warms my heart and gets me excited. But will you have me do this again?" And I prayed, and on the long drive home, and I said, what would it take? What does it all mean? And I said, "God, will you give me another opportunity? And that way I can do it for you instead of for myself." Years had passed since I had been on a regular stage. And back then, I would not have seen it the same way. I would have seen it as, well, God will come to me if I need him. But really, it's the opposite. I need him every day, and it's him directing the story, or he is directing my life, and I have to glorify him. And in order to be a light to the world and show who Jesus is, it's not about my agenda. It's about the Lord's plans already happening, and I can be in his work instead of him working for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a very big change in my life, and I got very excited and had to do all this research because I'd never seen a film be made until then.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 2019, you contacted Dray Hill, the producer and director of the Rapture Chronicles, and were cast in 2 episodes. So did you see God using you in this?
Yeah, about a year after I started looking into things, I saw a posting from Pastor Dray, and I said, "Well, this is the Lord's project. It's all about who God is. It's all about the rapture. It's all about truth." So I wanted to ask questions And really, I said, I'm interested in the role. Can you tell me about the story? And I did an audition tape automatically. And I said, this sounds like fun. This sounds like it's right up my alley where I can dive in. Even though I'm new to film, I know I could dive in and give my all based on the truth that he was presenting to the audience. So, the Lord used Pastor Dray in my life in many ways, where we have a great repertoire where we can reach out to each other for prayer, for projects, for insight, his wonderful family. And the message that he wants to give to the world is truth. The scriptures say that Jesus will come back and things will be very, very different. And it's not always going to be good. So I said, I can get behind this story. It is very important to have the Lord's discernment when choosing projects, because a lot of things could not always appear to be what is truth. So Pastor Dray, his project has really, inspired me to support him and then support, other local projects that want to present the truth of the Lord. So my experience with him has been so wonderful. 2 episodes, and the fact that he has a graciousness towards the actors. He has a great approach to actors as the director, and his creativity is just overflowing when you are with him on set. I'm gushing about him only because I know he's doing it for the Lord. And it's so wonderful to see when those things get played out in real life, and you can really see people honoring the Lord in their creativity, in their talents, and in their work. So really, each episode was a different environment or a different set feel, but we had amazing cast and amazing crew, and then obviously the message that the Lord wants to bring.
What was the most challenging part of playing the role on the Rapture Chronicles?
I think the most challenging part was knowing that the trumpet sounds and Christ is taking his people home, but you have to show that in a way of excitement and then also sorrow, where they're interacting with so many other people on the screen and in this story, but you know that some of them are not going to come with you. The Lord will separate you, but you are going with the Lord, and that's wonderful. But trying to convey that on screen is very difficult as an actor, as you try to evaluate how you want to do the role and then how you want to interact with those other actors. So it was difficult, as we know that this will happen, and we will have those same feelings of we're going to leave our loved ones behind. So just like with any other emotional thing, trying to convey that and show the actual impact it can have on a believer and a non-believer, and then try to portray it on screen, that was very difficult as I prepared. And then obviously our cast was really great, so we could play off of each other really well.
Well, if you wanted someone out there to know one thing, what would you like them to know about Jesus? Jesus
is very real, and he loves them. Even if we don't always know what love means, in our sick and hurt world, true love can be found through Jesus, because we are not perfect. So I do want people to explore that. If they have questions, they can always walk into a church and ask questions and ask to be prayed for, and they can pray themselves.
So now where can people find out more about you?
I can be reached on social media. On Facebook, I have an actress page. It is Emily Buckner _actress. And I am on Instagram at the Emily Buckner.
Wonderful. So what would you like to leave my audience with today?
Faith-based film is changing, and it is very exciting. So even a family-friendly film such as Dinosaur Cove, it can bring excitement to people who want to see great movies made. So please continue to support faith-based film.
Thank you for watching The Call. We hope you learned more about Jesus through this video. How do you persevere and trust that God has this in your life? Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God will make a way. You aren't doing this life alone. Call on Jesus. He is listening. Are you listening to the call of God? Because God speaks to you every day. Are you listening to the call?
What sound does